Hi, hello everyone. My name is Abdullah Ali Al-Ajmi, and I am an international student who came from Oman, and I got this scholarship to study electrical engineering at CSU. It is my fourth year here in the United States, but I'm a junior in CSU, so it's my third year here at CSU. Um, this semester I'm taking all 300 classes for ECE and this is stuff. And one of the classes that I'm taking also is Engineering 300. And one of the requirements for Engineering 300 is to create or to make something 3D printed that is related to your major. So for this project, what I did is a smoke extractor. You'll see why I chose this project to do and what does it do for me as an electrical engineering major. So let's move to the next slide. So the purpose and goal of my design. So this is the design on the right side. As you can see, it consists of three parts, and the upper one is the front side of that smoke extractor, and the bottom one is the case or the back of the smoke extractor. So why I chose this project to do and why I designed this thing. So we as engineers or electrical engineers, we deal with PCB boards, I mean soldering PCB boards, components in the PCB boards, and that soldering uh, process causes a lot of smoke that comes out of the solder iron, and it goes right away to your face, and it has a really bad smell and it bothers you, and sometimes it makes even headache to you when you smell that smoke. So what I have decided is to make something that can vacuum or extract that smoke and move it goes away from you when you like soldering a component or something like that. Also, people who are like hobbyists in soldering and doing like soldering stuff and making electrical component together are gonna be this device is gonna be very useful for them. And in the next slides where I'm gonna talk about how I made this thing and what is it consist of and everything that is helpful for you as listeners. So let's move on. So form, fit, and function objectives of my design. So as I said, this project or this design consists of three main parts from the designing side. And there are the main body, as you see in this slide on the right hand side of the slide, these pictures, and the other one is the case, and the other one is the cover for this for this uh, smoke extractor, and the case is for where you can put the filter, and we'll talk about that later. So the main body. So as you can see, this main body is 135 width and 150 long, tall, I mean, uh, for the length. And I offset that thing by 5 millimeters. So I have like a solid body for that. And then, as you can see in the top picture, you can see like there is a small rectangle. That small rectangle, uh, what is does it do? That it makes the air goes through that rectangle. So I made a pattern for that, and I made like about 18 of them, so the air can like moves inside freely. Uh, Also, I did four screws holes, and that's it for this main body. And as you can see also, I have what I have done also on the edges is that I have a fillet on that by 5 millimeters. So let's move for the next for the next parts of this design. So this part is the filter case. What is this filter case do? That we're gonna put the filter, which is the same size as previous, which is 140 width by 150 length, and put that size of filter inside here. And also I made a rhombus shape, and uh, doesn't have like any purpose why I did like rhombus shape, and then the previous slide why I did like the rectangular ones. But so I give it like a nice shape for it. And this rhombus shape I also create a pattern for that rhombus shape, and so the 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 smoke or the air goes inside freely and easily. And I also made 4 holes for the screws. Let's move on now. So for this part, this is the back cover, which covers everything and electrical component also inside the design or the prototype. As you can see, the back cover also consists of a big circle, which is about 50 millimeters diameter, and a small circle, which is 5 millimeter diameter, and another rectangle, which is 5 millimeter length by 12 millimeters width, beside the 4 holes for the M5 screws. So what the small circle hole, that is gonna be for our power supply, and the rectangular shape going to be for a switch, and that 50 millimeters circle gonna be for a pipe. I extruded this big circle by 15 millimeters. I think that's gonna be enough, and the thickness of that circle gonna be 2.5 millimeters. Uh, okay, that's it for the form, fit, functions, and objectives of the design. So features and highlights of my design from the designing side. So one of the features is that there is a lot of holes in this design, so the air can move easily inside and goes away. Uh, Also, there is a place that I can put a pipe. So if you don't need that extracted air to like be blowing beside you, you can like attach a pipe to that prototype, and wherever you want to throw that extracted air, like maybe outside the room or something like that. Also, this design is portable because it uses a power supply, and so you can like take it anywhere, wherever you go. Also added fillets to the edges, so it's not like when you maybe scratch you or something like that. Also, it uses M5 screws and nuts, and it is very easy to assemble. Just get this, get the components and put them together. Uh, so features and highlights, but here from the electrical engineering side. So this prototype gonna use 12-volt cooling fan, which is about 120 millimeters by 120 millimeters, and a 12-volt power supply. And for future things, I can add like small smoke detector, so this design can like work automatically. When it detects smoke, uh, the fan like turn on by its own. And yeah, So lessons I learned a lot of lessons from this course. One of them is 3D printing in a new whole is a new whole world of knowledge. So you cannot end up with like everything. You have to keep up with every day with the new things that come up with 3D printing machines, 3D printing CAD programs, and other features. Also, I learned how to use CAD files. That is, I think, gonna be very helpful for me for my future career and me as a ACE student, so I can make like enclosures and everything for my circuits. Also, one of the lessons I learned is like when you make a sketch, like you can divide it by like you made a circle in the sketch, you can make another like a square in the other sketch. You don't have to just combine everything in one sketch, so that when you edit, you don't like mess up with other things. Um, I also learned a lot with dealing with 3D printers. I learned how is the first layer is very important when you 3D print something, and because every time I was 3D printing, I wasn't watching anything, and many times that print is messed up, and I don't clean like sometimes the nozzle, and everything is messed up and everything goes away. So that's it for my prototype and my design for this smoke extractor. I hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for this 300 engineering class, and it's really helpful for me, and I learned a lot of things from this class. Thanks.